Hello, boys and girls. We are on chapter 10, lesson 1, and this lesson is about lines, rays, and angles. So we are getting into some geometry, aren't we, guys? All right, now on number 3 and 4 here, I have cut the directions off, but I'm going to read them to you. It says, draw and label an example of the figure. Okay? So there are a lot of symbols and vocabulary words in this chapter. So let's just look at that symbol right there. That means angle. So they want us to draw an acute angle and label it JKL. Okay? Now I'm sure your teachers have said it's a cute little angle. Acute angles are less than 90 degrees. So let's just draw an angle less than 90 degrees, right? 90 degrees is like this corner and this corner. Okay, if you are near a doorway, all those corners are 90 degrees. So you can see that this angle that I just drew is definitely an angle that's less than 90 degrees. So now we have to label it JKL. All right, we're going to put arrows on the end of these rays because an angle is really two rays that are stuck together at the point. And we're going to put a point there. And we're going to put a point there and a point there. That's just for labeling. Okay. Now the most important thing about when you label an angle is this middle letter. The middle letter has always got to be the vertex of the angle. When you write the 3 points names down, that always has to be in the middle. Okay, so we put K there, then we can put J there, we put L there. So we just drew acute angle JKL. All right, now let's jump over here to number 4. I see BC, and above BC is just a plain old line. There are no arrows on it. Okay, that's line segment BC. Okay, I'm going to write the word segment. Segment. Segment reminds me of section. So I always think it's like a cutout part of a line segment. So when you do a line segment, you don't draw the arrows. You just put points right there, like two little fists at the end of the segment. Okay, and then we label it B, C. Okay? All right, let's keep going. You know what? If you forget any of this vocabulary and I don't do the problem for you, you can look it up on your mom's phone or your dad's phone or on a computer if you have one. Okay? You can look up any of these words on your homework. Okay, let's look at number 6 and 8. The directions say use the figure for 5 through 8. So the figure is right here. All of these intersecting lines. So for number 6, it says name a right angle. Name a right angle. Well, we just talked about right angles, didn't we? We said that the corners of this white box were right angles. Okay, so I'm going to look at this figure. I see some obtuse, acute. Oh, but look what I noticed right there. That little notch or the square is a symbol used to show that that is a right angle. That's used by every scientist in the world, every architect, everybody. Everybody knows what that means. So that means that right there is the vertex of a right angle. Okay, so let's use this. this, and this, those 3 points. So here is the right angle that I'm going to name. So you write the symbol for angle, which is that, and the symbol for angle doesn't have to be a right angle. What's the most important thing we talked about on that other page is that the vertex has to be in the middle. So the right angle is, that's point E. Point J is the vertex, and point F is the third point on the angle. Now there are other right angles. Well, I don't want to draw all over this, but that's a right angle, that's a right angle, that's a right angle. There are 4 right angles you had to choose from in this figure. Now, number 8 says, name a ray. A ray is a line that goes straight out of a point. Now, there are rays all over this too. All right, so we just have to find a point we want to work with first. Let's just go up here. I'm going to start with point F, and I'm just going to go out any direction I want to. Let's just go out this way. Okay, so I'm going to name F and then point H. Okay, and the most important thing is what you draw above. You have to draw a little miniature ray above FH. Now there are, oh my goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are like 10 rays in this figure. So you choose the one you like if you don't like FH, but just be sure that you have that little precious ray arrow above the 2 letters. Okay? So now we are down at problem solving, okay? It says use the figure at the right for 9 through 11. Now I just have number 9 on here, okay? It says to classify angle AFD. And once again, guys, you see that symbol for angle AFD. Now, that word classify, that just means to name it in a category, okay? What are the different angle types? Well, we just talked about a right angle on the other page, which is a 90-degree angle, right? What are the other types? Oh, we talked about an acute angle. That's an angle that we drew before that's less than 90 degrees. What's the third angle type? Obtuse. I like to say it like that because it makes it sound like big. Obtuse, right? Obtuse. Obtuse angles are angles that are greater than 90 degrees. So if there were a line right there, that would be 90 degrees. So this one is greater than 90 degrees. Obtuse. Okay, so we have to classify angle AFD. It's either going to be right, acute, or obtuse. So first let's find it. There's A, and there's F, our vertex, right in the middle, okay? And then point D is right there. So we have to classify this angle. Wow, I can see right there. Look, there's a little 90-degree angle right in the middle of it. That's definitely a gigantic angle. That is classified as obtuse. Yes, greater than 90 degrees. All right. So this is number 2 on the back. So just go ahead and flip your paper over. This is the lesson check section. It says, which of the following name 2 different figures? 2 different figures. Which of the following name 2 different figures? Okay, let me look at these choices. A, B. So it's line, this is choice A I'm looking at. Line segment AB and line segment BA. Okay, there's line segment AB. Can we call that line segment BA also? Absolutely. So AB and BA, that can't be the answer because that's naming exactly the same thing. They're just reversing the order of the letters. All right, this choice B is line AB and BA. Now line is never ending. Okay, we just name it with points. A, B. Same situation, right guys? A, B, B, A, same. Sorry, B. You do not name two different figures. All right, let's see this one. Oh, this one is a ray. Ray AB and ray BA. All right, so let's try that one. Ray A B and ray B A. Uh-oh. Can you just flip-flop on a ray? The beginning point of the ray is A in this figure, and the beginning point of the ray here is B. So if we had to find that ray and someone said, oh, it's ray AB, I would only be looking for that one. I wouldn't be looking for that one as ray AB. All right, so I think it might be C, but let's take a look at D. Let's just check D. D is about angles. All right, it doesn't even say obtuse, acute, or anything. So I'm just going to make a couple of right angles the best I can. So this is angle A, B, C. Oh, that wasn't a very good A. A, B, C. Okay, and then this is angle C, B, A. Now I can, what's the most important thing here, guys? That vertex. The vertex is B on both of these. So if I had to find angle CBA or ABC, I would be looking for the same figure. ABC or CBA, I would be looking for the same figure. So this is the one that is naming two different figures. So when you are labeling or naming a ray, be sure that the first point is the first letter in your label or in the naming of the ray. Okay? So the point comes first. All right, guys? All right, here we go down to review. We are in Chapter 7, Lesson 8. Let's read this. Jose jumped 8 1/3 feet. This was 2 2/3 feet farther than Lila jumped. How far did Lila jump? All right, let's do a little reread, guys. Jose jumped 8 1/3 feet. This was 2 2/3 feet farther than Lila jumped. How far did Lila jump? All right, so Jose's jump 8 1/3 feet, and this was 2 2/3 feet farther than Lila. So this is 2 2/3, okay? And this is what Lila jumped. So we have to take that 2 2/3 out of Jose's jump, and we will end up with Lila's jump. All right, so let's do a little subtraction. 8 1/3, and let's take away the difference in their jumps, 2 and 2/3. Okay, so here we go. The denominators are the same, so we can subtract the numerators. 1 minus 2. Well, I can't do 1 minus 2, right? We have to regroup. I'm taking one from you, 8. You are now a 7. Okay, so I'm taking that one whole thing over, and I am renaming that one whole thing as a fraction. What's one whole thing as a fraction? Well, I'm going to use 3/3, because what are we working with in this problem? Thirds, thirds, everything's thirds. Okay, so we already had 1/3. We're adding on 3/3. So now we have a total of 4/3. So now can we subtract? We sure can. 4 minus 2 is 2. Denominator is still thirds. We didn't change how many pieces make the whole. And then we go to our whole numbers. 7 minus 2 is 5. So what do we get for number 6, boys and girls? We have 5 and 2/3. Whoop, almost forgot to bubble it in. There we go. All right, guys, excellent work.